guys, welcome to the Space Between Intuitive Readings. I'm Lauren, and today we are going to do just an overall read for the collective, kind of get a pulse on what's going on, what we have going on for the week, and any messages that come through. So today we're going to get started. As you know, angels, ancestors, and spirit, please tell me what the collective needs to know. All right, so we're going to start today with my medicine cards, just to get kind of a vibe of where we're starting our stuff here today. So let's see. I tried to do these earlier and they were jumping across the room, so let's see. What energy is the collective in today? What energy is the collective in today? What energy is the collective in today, Spirit? Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. So the card we have today is the Hawk. So let me get that meaning for you here. This is one of my favorite sets of cards. So the energy on that is the number 2. So the Hawk, messenger of the sky. There we go. Hawk, messenger of the sky, circle my dreams and teach me the message as we fly. Life is the initiation. If you have pulled the Hawk card, then right now a clue about the magic of life is being brought to you. The magic can imbue you with the power to overcome a currently stressful or difficult situation. The test is your ability to observe the nuisances of power lurking nearby. Is power the talent you have and are not using? Are solutions always hard to find because you have lost the broader vision of the Hawk? Or is Great Spirit displaying a gift that you need to only receive? Have the colors of the morning inspired you to create? Or has the gloominess of present situation left you earthbound, unable to hear the voice within the raindrops splashing on your window? Pay attention. You are only as powerful as your capacity to perceive, receive, and use your abilities. What is called for here is an intuitive ability to discern the messages carried within the cry of the Hawk. The shrillness of the Hawk's call pierces the state of awareness and asks you to seek the truth. The ancients recognized the magnificent bird of prey as the messenger bringing tidings to their earth walk, the good red road from the world of the grandfathers and grandmothers who lived them before. If Hawk were to magically cry, it was a sign to beware and be aware. This could mark the coming of a warring tribe, the birth of a child, or the celebration of counting coup. Hawk's cry signaled the need to be the beholder, to heighten awareness and receive a message. So our energies today are of the Hawk. So let's see what we have to go with from there. I almost wanted to use my Medicine Woman Tarot today, but there's a lot of things that would have to cover up in that particular deck. A lot of human figures, if you will. So we're going to hold off on that one today. But we are going to go with the Mind's Eye Tarot. We're going to start there today and see what it is that we need to know. So, the deck just split itself in half, and these were the two that came out. I have the Four of Swords and the Two of Cups. So I feel like some of you are trying right now to lay some of your past to rest. There feels like there is a connection that is trying to kind of come back in, possibly romantic. And hold on, let me take these two. I feel like there is a connection that held great significance for you in the past that's trying to come back, and you want them to come back. But the thing is you're also at the same time trying to lay it to rest. I feel like a new chapter has opened up for you, and you're trying to walk away and leave the past in the past. But for some reason, this is really hard for you to leave behind. You're struggling with the ability to be able to discern what the purpose was of that in your life and whether or not you're supposed to hold or let go. And this is talking about this effort consciously to leave it behind, but spiritually, energetically, I still feel like that there is a connection here that is leaving you wondering. Your heart is not letting go, but your mind is telling you that you need to. So let's see what else Spirit has for us today. We haven't gotten any cards down yet. All right, let's see. Spirit, what is it that I need to do? What is it that the collective needs to know? Let's get our cards out here. I always pre-shuffle the cards, but sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to do it again. Like I'm being called to do it again before I start actually getting cards down here. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Woo. Some are just jumping out. Let's see. What does the collective need to know? Whoa. What are the messages of the hawk that need to be coming down that the collective needs to know about? What is the guidance on? What are the messages coming through for the collective today? What is the overall theme? What is the overall theme? Oh. All right, so I have two cards here. Okay, so the two first cards that came out here, I have the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like energetically, there is a shift happening that you can see, possibly with your third eye, or you can feel like the energy has shifted. Something is not like it has been. And I feel like there is a message coming in, from this Knight of Wands. And so one of my favorite readers, she is over Divine Empress 333, I think, is her channel. But anyway, she constantly is talking about these dragonflies. And one of the things she talks about, and I think I talked about it in my last reading too, is about coming out of the darkness. The dragonfly symbolizes coming out of the darkness. And then, learning to fly and seeing the light, and seeing the world in a more beautiful way. So I feel like something has shifted outside of yourself, but you can feel it. And you are waiting. It's this feeling of something is coming. Something is coming. And you are, you're tuned into that, but it doesn't seem to be happening. And it's because it's not time yet, but this shift has started. It is coming. It's just not time yet. Whatever, I like to think of our relationships and our, the collective as like cogs on a wheel, like the old clocks. And for yours to move the way it needs to, 7 other cogs on the wheel in the mechanism of life has to turn to be able to make the movement in your life, to open up the space for that movement to get there. So you can feel that somewhere else in the clock, things have started to shift. There's movement happening. There's something coming down the line, but you're not really sure what it is. So that's where we're starting today. So trust the hawk, trust that inner knowing, look for the signs, look for the synchronicities, be aware. And I feel like there is, as you're being aware, to not focus on the messages that are coming through to you and maybe not on the outcome that you're looking for. Because 90% of the time in life, it works out for what's best, not the way we had it planned. And if you're going the wrong direction, the universe is going to let you know. So don't worry. Everything that is meant for you will come to you. All right. So what is this shift? What is this Wheel of Fortune? Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, okay. They're jumping out today. All right. Okay. Okay. So the next 2 cards that we have, it seems to be coming out in 2s today, is I have the Empress. And then on this one, I have the Sword, the King of Swords in reverse. So the Empress is all queens. She knows, she senses, she sees. And again, this is not gender specific. You know, there's no gender attached to any of this, but this is the divine female energy, the divine feminine. And she's very in tune, very aware. I feel like a lot of the collective are kind of starting to wake up, that over the last couple of months with all the astrological shifts and everything, that there has been this awakening of a lot of the collective. And I feel like this person, this divine feminine energy is really starting to grow within you. I feel like Spirit's showing me, like, for lack of a better term, I don't know if you guys are into like sci-fi movies or anything, and I'm really not even, which is why this is weirder, but I keep getting like the movie Alien. I don't know why I keep seeing this image, but this intuition, this higher self is just trying to crawl out. It's the weirdest, that is the weirdest explanation for me. I've only seen that one scene of the movie. That's how much that doesn't resonate with me. So for somebody, that movie might be significant, but this is trying to come out, this inner divine feminine, this intuition. And I feel like she is waiting. I feel like this Empress energy is someone waiting, waiting. They've put in the effort. They feel that they put it in the right places, and they feel protected. This is big with feeling protected and being guided. But there's like some confusion because this is like knowing. And the King of Swords in reverse over here. Hold on one second. I just want to clarify. The Mind's Eye Tarot is a little different than the traditional Rider-Waite. And I actually had a traditional Rider-Waite deck. And I was talking one day with my friend, and I was like, I used to read cards years and years and years ago. And I always loved it. And life led me a different way for a while, and it's bringing me back. But when I had a set of cards I read with for like 10 years, And one day I looked at my friend and I said, I think it's time for me to get a new deck. And she's like, how do you know? And I said, I just have this feeling that day. And I always carried my cards with me, always, everywhere, because they were part of me. And that day, my water bottle, the water bottle fell over in my purse and welded all of my cards together in one brick. I still have it. It's my one brick of my original set of tarot cards. They've never come apart. They just bound together. And that was the universe telling me that chapter was over in my growth. So anyway, so when I got these new cards, the meanings are similar, but the descriptions are a little different. So I just want to clarify the King of Swords in reverse. So the King of Swords has a certain austerity about him. So let me just bring this. I'm going to just keep it in reverse here for you. But about him, he is strict and disciplined, making calculated decisions. This card tells you that you are currently in a place of power in your life, and people will listen to what you're trying to say. Take control and express your ideas firmly. But him being in the reverse is a controlling person, tyranny or manipulation. So I feel like we have our Empress over here who is working on going with the flow. This divine feminine energy working and going with the flow. And I feel like there is the ego side of this where we're trying to go with the flow. We're trying to work through our own insecurities just so you can kind of start to move forward. But this King of Swords in reverse, I think, is talking about having to release that control, and watching out, taking people for face value to a certain extent. Let me explain that. I feel like if someone shows you who they really are, trust them. That may not be who they're going to be forever, but that's who they are right now. And we all have an ability to grow and change. And I feel like when you're working with the Empress energy, part of growing with this is learning to release this. So watch out for people who are manipulative, and make sure too that to truly find the peace and abundance that we all are looking for. I like to think we're all looking for peace and abundance, but to work with the universe, you have to let go. You cannot hold control of stuff. You cannot. Because when you are trying to hold control, you have an expected outcome. There is something in your mind that you're seeing that you're like, that is what I'm going to do. That is what I want. And we have this want to try to control the narrative. When you're working with Empress energy, you can't control the narrative. You have to leave it up to spirit and trust that you are protected and you are divinely guided, and you will be right where you need to be, right when you need to be there, and the right people and right things will be coming into your life as they're supposed to. So to really move into this energy, we may have to work through some of that. All right. So that's that. So the 10 of Pentacles. So that was the lesson. So abundance is right around the corner. It has already started the mission there. You have planted the seeds and the universe is trying to bring it to you. But the harder you hold on and the harder you fight and the harder you try to control or understand how it's going to happen, it delays this. It's coming to you. The universe is eventually going to give it to you because it's yours. You have done all the work and it is there. But you may be holding up your own blessings by trying to control and understand how they're coming, because realistically, it's much bigger than us. We can do the internal work. We can prep ourselves. We can be ready to receive. But you're not supposed to know how it's coming. Think about it. They call it a present. Most of the time, you don't know what's in that box and you don't know exactly when you're going to get it. The best presents are the ones you don't even see coming. So same principle. Your blessings are coming and maybe you don't know what package they're going to come in, and maybe you don't know which direction they're going to come from or what day they're going to show up. But if you're so busy trying to figure that out, you're not going to be in the fastest way to get there, because you're going to be off chasing whatever thought you're having, whatever little bit of ego that is taking over your brain and talking you through like, oh, well, you shouldn't go there, or maybe you should absolutely go there, or maybe you need to push this, or maybe you're not working hard enough, or maybe. But the more that you do that, the further this has to keep moving and coming to you in different ways. So it moves further and further away, where if you just let it do its thing to come to you, it would come a lot faster. So just be mindful of that. And sometimes we can, as my nephew would say, we can do what does he call it? A side quest. We can do a side quest, and like, maybe we'll get a little bit of that, or maybe we'll go learn an extra lesson, or maybe we'll go do all these other things. But in the meantime, you're almost at the finish line and you just veered off in a different direction. The universe is like, okay, well, when you're ready, it's still here for you. So just be mindful of trying not to follow your ego too much, and trust. It is so much about trust, and go with the flow. Because abundance is coming. The blessings are coming. You've already done the work. You've already earned them. And the universe is trying to get them to you, but just be careful. The universe doesn't like a backseat driver. Okay? So just give it a minute. Take a breath. Take care of yourself. Try to find the little moments to laugh. Laughing is one of the best medicines in the whole world. It will raise your vibrations. It will lift you out of dark nights of the soul. And it's just so vital for finding joy, I feel like. So anyway, let's see what else. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Two of Cups is back. There is someone coming to you. There is a relationship coming in. Someone wants to have this reciprocation with you. But again, you're darting all over the place. They're not sure where you're at. So I'm not saying sit and wait. That's not it. But let life unfold a little bit, and it will present this to you. Let's see. Does the collective know this person? Is this a... Okay, hold on one second. The World card came out. Let me just... Tell me more about the World. Okay. Okay. So we have this connection, and I am feeling a I keep hearing we've seen the world through all its chapters. So I feel like there is a previous life connection here, which may be some of the pull that you're feeling. And And I feel like the journey with this one has been very, very long. And that you both had a lot of lessons to learn before you even met each other. I'm getting counterpart, possibly, or twin flames. I mean, I know that that term is so controversial on so many levels, but I feel like this is a divine connection. The divine is very involved in this, and that you guys have seen the world's chapters together. I'm seeing here that there is financial stuff tied to them, and that things possibly for them are changing. And that is maybe the shift that you were feeling. So just because things are shifting for them, though, does not mean that they're coming racing in, not like the light bulb goes off and they're like, hey, guess what? Here I am. They're still processing. I feel like this person is a big thinker. That's what I'm getting intuitively. All right, so let me ask. So what is going on with this Two of Cups, World card, and Five of Pentacles here? What is going on here for the collective? Okay. Ace of Swords. So a new beginning. Let me just get a little bit more on this. Talk to me more about this Two of Cups and Ace of Swords, please. Can you tell me more about the Ace of Swords, this new beginning? Sorry about that. They shot all over the place, and it was so funny, right? Half the deck went down, and just the Two of Swords came up. So... hold on one second. So it's showing here that some of this has come down to that there's this stalemate going on between the two of you. And I feel like you put in a lot of effort towards them. But I think you have learned to see it from both sides too, that in their own way, where they were at the time, they put a lot into you too. They taught you things, inspired things, changed things. But at the same time, I'm seeing that you both needed to work on yourselves. And you both had a lot of growing to do. And I feel like you sparked it in each other, this growth. But for a long time, I feel like maybe you were angry about it. That there was frustration with the way of not being able to find that balance with each other. You both had experienced it once and you knew it was there, but you were like two ships passing in the night and not really sure if the other one maybe was friendly and shooting off a little bit of fire, just their general direction. And I feel like that went both ways. There was frustrations being had. And I feel like this is them wanting to come back in and talking to you about the victory you two can have. That this stalemate is going to end. That I feel like there's going to be a waving of the white flag and being like, let's have a peaceful chat. Because I feel like there's air that needs to be cleared between the two of you, especially energetically. And I feel like there has been change that you can feel, again, you can feel the other cog, the other wheel in the mechanism moving. And you're like, it's coming. I know it's happening, but when? And that's our human side. Time is just a concept that we on Earth embody, because realistically, it's all timeless. Like, I'm recording this now, and somebody, I'm recording this in March of 2024, and, somebody could be watching this years down the road, and this applies to them, because in some form it's happening to them right now. They just haven't gotten to that point of their journey yet. So, with that being said, I would like to, I think I'm going to pull a few oracle cards, and we will finish up with some spirit messages. I think that's what we should do. All right. Let's see here. Again, I pre-shuffled all of these that I thought Spirit might want to pull out and play with today. So I have to tell you guys something too while I'm doing this. I did some, I've been reawakening. And I say reawakening because I told you I used to read cards years ago, and life took me in a very different direction for a while. And it's been calling me back. But anyway, I was doing this guided meditation, reconnecting with spirit guides. And during the meditation, I asked, why did you put these people in my life? Again, trying to understand my own journey. And the response I got back was something that I think will stay with me forever. And my spirit guide told me that I wasn't asking the right questions. And they told me that it wasn't about why they were put into your life, but maybe why you were put into theirs. So sometimes we are put into other people's lives. We're always looking for, like, what are they supposed to teach me? What am I supposed to know? Like, why did that happen to me? And that is such an earthly plane concept. Why did that happen to me, instead of why did that happen? So anyway, when you show up in someone's life, you can be there to teach them so many things or ignite something in themselves. So sometimes you just being you inspires somebody in a way you have no concept of. And I think we get lost in why me, that ego. Why me? Why did that happen to me? Why did it cause me this pain? Why am I suffering because of this? And we're always looking for answers. But I think if we look at it as, why did you bring me to them? What was I supposed to teach them? And sometimes they've experienced enough of your energy, and your energy did whatever it needed to do for them, and you had enough where you needed to be like, nope, this isn't for me, then that separation happens. And sometimes it's karmic, and sometimes there's people that keep coming back in your life because you haven't learned everything from them yet, or they haven't learned everything from you. And sometimes the lesson they need to learn is, we're done now. I release you with love and light, but we're done. And that is an okay lesson to teach them too. So love yourself, take care of yourself, and don't build your walls so high that even the sunlight can't get in. So anyway, back to the oracle cards here. All right, let's see. What are some final messages here for the collective? Well, When you manifest, to be very specific. See it. Think about it. Think about the details. You want a new car? What color car do you want? What kind of car do you want? I want a new house. I want a new house with, that's made out of a shipping container. I want a new house that has 17 bedrooms. Whatever it is, dream your biggest dream. See it. Walk around in it. Live it. Go there in your dreams. Go there when you daydream. Think about it as much as you can. Talk about it like you already have it. So we have Joyful Muse, Inspiration. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. It took me, there's a couple of different versions that are very close to the same name, so I was trying to make sure I had the right one. So this is Joyful Muse and Inspiration, number 33. See if it focuses on it. There it is. So find what breathes life into you. And my recommendation to you would be find all the things in life that bring you joy that aren't people. Relationships are an important part of our growth. And I will be the first one to tell you that. But when there's not other people involved, it is you with your energy for a little while. It is you figuring out what your energy reacts to, what brings you joy. And if you find yourself in a really dark place right now, you're just trying to figure it out. Life has been really hard. And I know for some of the collective, life has been really hard lately. There's been a lot of tower moments. There's been a lot of shifting and, for lack of stray balls, like foul balls, just like flying out of nowhere and hitting you in the face. And you're like, what just happened? Those are coming to an end. You're learning the lessons. You're doing the work. Again, Empress, was it Divine Empress Tarot 333. Kelly over there, she's so funny. She references What About Bob, which was one of my favorite movies growing up. So shout out to Kelly. But all I keep hearing is, but I'm doing the work. I'm baby stepping. So anyway, I just feel like you just got to look at that end game. You got to see it. You know what I mean? That's the only way the universe can give it to you, is if you on another plane can build all of that. You can do it here too. So you just got to see it. Trust the universe on that one. All right. Take care of yourself. Rest and renewal, number 25. Right? Yeah, 25. So you do have to take some time for yourself. I feel like stepping away and finding those things, whether it's going for a walk in nature, maybe it's an activity, maybe it's art. I know for myself, I love crafting. So I like purposely don't go to the craft store, just to make sure sometimes that I would go nuts. But I find things around here to use my creative juices on. So just find what it is that breathes life into you, that makes you smile genuinely, makes you laugh from the bottom of your belly, and makes you feel optimistic and bright and full of hope for tomorrow. So if you're in a dark space right now, find a way to laugh, find a way to make something and create, find a way to take care of yourself. If you need a good cry, just rest, give yourself that release, that rest, that relaxation. Take care of yourself. All right. Limitless Possibility, number 51. So remember how I was talking about the divine energy coming in, the divine feminine, her getting her intuition. I feel like a lot of times we have blinders on, like I was talking about with the hawk. You know, sometimes we have to widen our view, and that includes of our dreams. You know, I feel like when we're kids, we are able to see limitless possibilities because we don't know the ins and the outs of the world yet. So we're completely optimistic. We're completely open. I mean, I think in the last week, my daughters wanted to be a pop singer, an astronaut, and what was the last thing? Oh, she wanted to be a server at a restaurant because that's what I used to do for work. So she wanted to be like mommy and be a server. But in a week, none of those things were out of her grasp in her head. None of it. And to be honest, all of those possibilities are still true. And there is way more possibilities, I think, than for us as adults, than we sometimes give ourselves credit for because we're too old or we don't have the right education or there just isn't time. Or there's still limitless possibilities for you too. You know, your inner child still has hopes and dreams. So let them dream as big as they can and hold space for that. All right. So I feel like some of you have been inspired and you know what it is you want, but your ego's getting in the way. And I feel like deep diver diving into the task. Baby step it. Take one step at a time. Just one. Do one thing today and one thing tomorrow. And nothing is completely out of reach. Not if you want it. Not if you're destined for it. And if you can bring it into reality within your own mind, you can bring it into reality tangibly. You can bring it into your life. So just start the work. Maybe you put 5 minutes in a day. Maybe that's all you have. You got 5 minutes, but put it into that, whether it's writing down a thought, whether it's coming up with a plan, whether it's making a phone call, sending an email, asking someone just a question in passing. Hey, you know, I know that you kind of know something about this. Get information, but start. The journey can't happen until you just start. Okay. We are going to finish up with, I'm going to finish up today with spirit messages. So some people like these, some people don't. And I feel like I kind of bounced around a little bit, but I do want to tell you that this relationship that we were talking about earlier, in the prosperity, I feel like Spirit wants you to know that those are yours. They're coming. Now, it's up to you how long it takes. It's up to you whether you go with the flow or you fight it, whether you start the journey, you take care of yourself. I tell my daughter all the time, if you don't eat right, if you don't sleep right, if you don't, I compare it to a car. I'm like, if you don't get enough gas, if you don't have enough food, you're going to run out of steam before you get to where you're supposed to be going. If you don't make sure you have enough water, you're going to run out of oil and the whole car will seize. And if you're never giving it a break, if you're just driving nonstop all the time and you don't let the car stop and cool off, things are going to start to fall apart. It's going to max it out. So you need to treat your body the same. It's your vessel. It's your transportation through this experience of human life. And I think it's very important. and we lose sight of it. I have to be here. I have to be there. I have to make sure the kids have what they need. I need to be at work. I need this back paperwork. Oh, oh, I got these letters. Got to handle that. Got to clean the house. Got to do the laundry. And the list goes on and on. And if you are an empath or highly intuitive, sometimes we get lost in the journey becoming people pleasers. We gotta keep it all going. Everything has to happen to a certain societal expectation. And then we just run ourselves into the ground. So it's really important you take care of your vehicle, because you can't get to your destination. You can't enjoy the ride, the road trip to get to this awesome destination you're planning on if the car is overheating, if it's running out of oil, if it doesn't have enough gas. So take care of yourself. All right. Anyway. Okay, what spirit messages do we have today for the collective? What spirit messages do we have today for the collective? All right, if you guys are enjoying today's reading, click like and subscribe down at the bottom. It's so greatly appreciated. I am so excited to be here doing this. I've thought about it for many years, and like I said, life called me a different direction for a while, but I'm back, and I'm so excited to be doing this again. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me and listening. And I hope that if this message resonates with you, I am sending you nothing but love and light. If this message didn't resonate for you, then come back and check us out again. This might be for you at a different time, or something you've already been through, or just message wasn't for you. So, and again, with love and light. So let's see here. I got one message out. Oh, that one almost jumped. Any more messages today for the collective? Oh. Any more messages today? Oh, okay. Any more messages today for the collective? Any more messages today? All right, I have 3 messages for you today. First one, whatever you have been putting off, don't procrastinate any longer. Tackle that long overdue project. You will feel better once you begin. Start with one thing at a time. Thoughts and ideas not acted upon are just laying in wait. You can do this. So confirmation, you got this. All you got to do is just start. Just head there and just start the journey. The universe will give you the roadmap as you're getting there. You'll know which way to turn. You'll know how to get there. The universe will take you, and you're protected on the journey to go. But we have free will. So if you don't start walking, you can dream about it all day, but you got to go on the journey to get there. Resilience is one of the strongest qualities you have. It has gotten you through so many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on that inner tower of strength anytime you need it. You've got this. So we have, you can do this, you got this, you're resilient, and all you have to do is just start the journey. And last but not least, the last message for you today is, if you are noticing changes within yourself, it's because you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. You are elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending and new beginnings are on the horizon. You deserve this new chapter. So, you deserve this. You're worth this, and you're worthy of this. Just show yourself a little love. Believe in yourself a little bit. You would encourage your daughter to be an astronaut if that's what she wanted to do. So reach for the stars. Remind yourself to reach for the stars. So on that note, with love and light, we'll see you next time. Thanks.